Hi, I'm Russ Jeffers from MobileBurn.com, and today I'm looking at the new HTC Sensation Android smartphone. It's running the latest 2.3 Android Gingerbread release and has a 4.3-inch capacitive touchscreen display with a QHD resolution, so everything looks really sharp on the screen. It's also got a 1.2 GHz dual-core processor, so everything runs pretty smooth too. Round back we have an 8 megapixel camera with a dual LED flash, which is also capable of recording 1080p Full HD resolution videos. So everything's pretty nice on this handset. You can also see we've got some nice soft touch plastic around the back, and also Gorilla Glass up front to make the screen extra tough. Keep watching this to see a full review and also an unboxing of the device, and check out a full written review on the website. Thanks. Okay, so I'm firstly going to look at the hardware. It's a pretty nice handset, not too thick, but it is quite a large handset because obviously it's got this large 4.3-inch touchscreen display. If I just grab the HTC Desire S, for example, you can see the Sensation is quite a bit bigger at the top there, and it's also quite a bit wider, as you can see as well. The thickness is near enough the same, as you can see. And then we've got the original Desire as well, just for comparison. It's slightly bigger than that even, but you can see the display is a lot bigger than the original Desire's display, although the size isn't that much larger. So it's quite a good trade-off. They've done a good job of keeping it quite tight to the edge of the display. It's a Quarter HD resolution display as well, so it's quite sharp. And beneath it we've got these 3 touch-sensitive keys. So we've got the home button, menu, back, and search button. At the top here we've got the earpiece, and in the grille there's a notification LED as well. And next to that we've got the VGA resolution forward-facing camera for video calls and things like that. On the left edge here we've got the volume rocker and the micro USB charging and data port. And around the back we've got the 8 megapixel camera and dual LED flash, so you can see there we've got a few microphones around it as well for the video, and it records 1080p video as well, and the quality is not bad actually. Here we've got a speakerphone grill for doing loudspeaker calls or playing music, HTC logo, and then it just says with HTC Sense at the bottom here, and another few holes there as well, perhaps for another microphone. So I'm just going to quickly pop off the rear cover, which is done by just hitting this little button here on the bottom of the device next to the microphone pinhole. And if I just push that in, you can see we just sort of basically prise the cover off, and it slides out of the rear cover. So the rear cover basically encompasses all the sides of the device as well, and the top of the handset just slides into the cover there. So with the cover off you can see the battery, which is a 1520 milliamp hour battery, and then once that's removed you can actually remove the SIM card, so you need to remove the battery to get the SIM card out. Next to that is the micro SD card slot, and that can be removed without taking the battery out, which is quite neat. I've got a 16GB card in here at the moment, which is my own, but we did get an 8GB card actually with the device, so it would be a good bet that you would actually get 8GB card with the device. In terms of built-in memory, it's only got a gigabyte, so you will need a card of some sort, and the 8GB card should help out in the front of memory. Just slide that back in, you can see it just pops straight into the top there and clips in, so it's not too difficult to remove the back cover at all. And we'll just power the device up. Okay, so whilst the Sensation is firing up, just show you what we get in the box with it. First of all you get this, which is a modular charger, and that basically just clips into the UK version we've got here, the UK plug, and that's just for going in the wall. And to actually charge the device you also need the data cable, which is used for both data and charging, and that just basically goes from USB straight into the back of the wall charger to the micro USB port that was found on the Sensation. So if we just grab the Sensation here, you can see that just goes straight in the side there and allows you to charge it from the data port. It gets in the way a little bit if you're trying to write a text message. Obviously you've sort of got to put your fingers around the cable, but it's not a mega problem. Otherwise we've just got the micro SD card, which as I said is an 8GB class 4 card, a SanDisk card in with our Sensation. But the phone should be all fired up now, so we'll have a look at that. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice with the Sensation is the new lock screen. Very similar to that of the HTC Wildfire, in that you have this ring at the bottom here, which you can pull up to unlock the device. You can see there a nice animation as it rolls into the home screen. You can turn these sounds off, thankfully, because that's a sound to do with sort of the weather wallpaper. If we just turn the screen on and off again, so we get the lock screen, you can see we've got the time at the top, and we've also got the date as well, and the carrier name, which is Vodafone. We've also got these 4 icons down the bottom here, which can be customized to show whichever apps the user decides they want set on the home screen, on the lock screen there. And basically what you can do with these is just drag them down into the ring here. So you can see, you can drag any of them down into the ring. And basically what that does is open up that application straight away directly from the lock screen, which I've set the camera here, as it's generally an application you need quite quickly. But you can set any 4 icons for this ring and then just drag it straight down in there just to open it directly up without having to sort of unlock the phone first. When you go back from whatever app you open up though, it does keep the phone in the home screen position. It doesn't relock it. Anyway, you've got the usual HTC Sense on here, as you come to expect from an HTC Android device. This time around we've got HTC Sense 3.0 though, so it's a slightly different system, the latest version of their Sense UI. For example, one of the upgrades is that you can actually rearrange the panes now in this pinched out view, and then as usual you can just sort of use it to move between the panes as well. It's generally quite quick and snappy, as you can see, to move through all the menus, probably thanks to the 1.2 GHz dual-core processor. And this time around as well you can go a full 360 degrees round, and you can see it sort of zooms out and sort of has a momentum to it, so it keeps on moving round as you flick, which is quite neat. We've got a few new widgets as well. As you can see, we've got the usual bookmarks widget, and we've got this My Shelf, which relates to the built-in book reader application. And if we just hit here one of the books, you can see it quickly loads it up into the last page that we were on, and we can just sort of flick through, and there's nice sort of transmission, animations between the pages, so it's quite nice. Another widget we've got is the clock, the weather widget. You can see as we move across, you can see it's sort of like a 3D effect on it, so the numbers are as if they're in front of the sun. And again, that's a new thing added in this latest version of HTC Sense 3. Again, with the clock you can kind of see the mechanism on the side of the clock there, and the stacked numbers that you didn't see on previous incarnations of HTC Sense. Another widget we've got is this Photos widget, which can show your camera photos that are on your memory card, and then you can just hit one to show it full screen. So that's another nice addition. And as usual, you can just tap and hold on a widget to remove it, and then you can either long press on the screen to add a new one, or you can use the customization button at the bottom right there. Then we can say, for example, if we go for a mail widget, then we get a different option of which widget we want. So let's just pick this one in the middle here, pick the account that we want, and you can see there we get the widget load up there, and we can open up our mail. There we go. So it's quite a nice system. Again, we've got down the bottom here on the bottom left, we've got the applications menu, main menu, and like the HTC Desire S, it now flicks a whole page at a time. So previously you could move like a little piece at a time on the main screen, but now it flicks a whole page at a time, so you don't end up seeing the same app twice as you're flicking through, which makes it a lot easier to find the application that you want. You can also, at the bottom here, subset the apps by frequently used apps and downloaded apps. So that's quite neat as well. So the next thing I want to show you is the web browser. So if we just flick across to the bookmarks app here, you can see we've got the Mobile Burn web page saved as a bookmark. Now we're on a 50 meg connection here, so it's pretty quick to load up, Wi-Fi connection. And as you can see, the page loads up in a fully 100% zoomed out view. And you can see these little timers at the side here showing that we've got some flash content loading up, so some flash ads you can see have loaded up here. And it doesn't take very long, as you can see. The only problem we do have, however, is this little embedded flash video, which doesn't seem to load up on either the Sensation or the Flyer. As usual though, you can double tap to zoom in and out, and also pinch zoom in and out as well, just like you would on, say, an iPhone or any other Android device. Another thing you can do is just read the page directly from the zoomed out view. So may not be able to see it on the camera, but this text is actually just about legible. I mean, you'd have to look pretty close to see it, but due to the Quarter HD resolution of the screen, it is actually legible, which is quite nice. The browser's pretty quick. If we just tap on something here to load up again, you you can see it doesn't take very long to load a page, and it all seems to render quite quickly and quite nicely as well. Not really many errors at all. It's trying to load, I think, another embedded advert or video there, and we can scroll through. Got some YouTube videos that are inbuilt here as well, so I'll just wait for them to load up and then I can show you one of those playing. Oddly, you can see it's loaded up the bottom video, but the top video is not loaded. Both are YouTube embedded videos, so I'm not really sure why it loaded up one and not the other. Perhaps it might be a memory problem, I'm not sure it quite has the memory maybe to load up both, but you can see the one it has loaded up is working fine. Again, streaming over a 50 meg Wi-Fi connection,